Hey everybody, we're going to do something very YouTube specific today. I got tagged a few weeks ago by Liz from High Waisted Pantaloons to do a YouTube survey video. So that's what you're going to get today. Let's make this super official. My name is Kale Prindle, and that's the name of my channel. It's just my name. It's not fancy, it's just me. Right now my channel is less about vlogging about my personal life and more about doing like short personal essays on just issues and topics of interest for me, which range from words that I don't like and problems and challenges of being in a family and things about movies every once in a while and just things that I kind of like. So the catalyst for me making videos was an idea that came from a coworker of mine when she started talking about doing things with a flipped classroom. For those of you unfamiliar, a flipped classroom is doing all the traditional things you do in a classroom, and you make students kind of do that at home, and then the inside the classroom time is about helping them out and helping them figure things out, help them practice, answer their questions. So for us in the English classroom, this turned into, why don't we make videos to address issues and lessons in English that they need to know? They can watch those at home, and then when they come to class, that becomes a laboratory, a place to experiment, a place to ask questions, and that would be awesome. Words from the Muck would not just be literature help. There's a lot of stuff out there for that already. You've got stuff like Crash Course, and you've got stuff like Thug Notes. If kids want to learn more about literature, there's lots of video places for them to go do that. There is not a lot of good, high-quality stuff out there for writing, and that's what Words from the Muck was going to be, a place where you would learn about writing and evolve your own personal expression. But it's not the only thing I'd like to do. I also think that there's a drastic lack of any kind of good, quality, thoughtful conversations on the internet about religion, surprisingly. So I've also wanted to start doing things that do address a lot of religious issues as well, because there's just not a lot. I mean, there's some. Most of it's like, boo, bad religion. And the few that are like, yay religion, are really cheesy and really bad, and I don't want that. I crave content that actually is thoughtful and engaging, and I don't know if I'm the person to make that, but I'd like to give that a shot as well. Finally, I would also like to do a whole bunch of movie related stuff. I really enjoy movies, I just don't get to see them a lot. I just made my Zootopia video a few weeks ago, and that has probably gathered more views than anything else I've made so far, which is encouraging, and I'm glad people like it, and I wouldn't mind doing more of that too. It wouldn't count as a collaboration, but I would love to be on Screen Junkies movie fights. I think that would be the most fun. I think it would be super fun to be on movie fights. That's not really a collaboration, I realize. It's just something I'd really like to do. My very first video that you can find on my channel right now actually isn't even about how many videos I'm gonna make. It's me making an argument for the best movie vehicle, and I made that as part of like a weird audition to see if I could get onto movie fights. I didn't. Thanks for nothing there, guys, but whatever, I would be there in a second if I could. The challenge of finding someone to collaborate with is, you know, you're not gonna like collaborate with like the biggest people out there. So you gotta find somebody who you like, that you're into the same things, and they're not so high and mighty that they wouldn't want to work with you. So I guess if I was going to collaborate with anybody, it would be two vloggers that I started following back in 2013, I think. And the first is Akeem Lawson, and he used to do some vlogs for Geek and Sundry about voice acting and doing impression. The fantasy side of my brain would love to move into a completely different career of doing things like voice acting, because that would be super duper fun. I haven't even the slightest idea on how you would do that. Doing stuff with Akeem would be a lot of fun, because he could do crazy voices, I can do crazy voices, and I just think that'd be a lot of fun. I have no idea what we would do, but that would be great. Another fun person to collaborate with, I think, would be Nika Harper. She also did some vlogging for Geek and Sundry all about writing. And that would just be great, since I want to do Words from the Muck, which is all about writing, and she did her vlog Wordplay, which was all about writing. That just seems to fit, and she seems groovy and kind of crazy, and that would be a lot of fun. I like a lot of things about making video, but I think my favorite part is actually the planning stages. I think planning these things is as much fun as actually making them. I like thinking about the potential that you can have in making these. I like planning it out, scripting it out on the ones that I make scripts for, and also just kind of thinking of the beats that I'm gonna hit. I think it's the hope of what you're going to end up with that I think is so much fun. I also enjoy editing a lot. I think the editing process is super fun, because you get to take out all of these lousy, weird parts where you're umming and ahhing, and you just have these weird gaps like, don't know what I was gonna say next. What was I gonna say next? And you get to take all that stuff out, and when you put it all together and it seems relatively seamless and you have a constant stream of thought and words and messages, that's a lot of fun. I'm not gonna say I'm the most die-hard YouTube fan, but of all the people I know and hang out with, I probably watch more than all of them, probably put together. I like to watch a lot of different things. The things I come back to the most frequently is probably educational content, things like Crash Course and SciShow. I also like a lot of entertainment stuff, specifically movies, like I mentioned before. Screen Junkies is a lot of fun. I love honest trailers and movie fights, but I also like Chris Stuckman and his movie reviews. Cinefix has a lot of good stuff that I enjoy as well. Top 5 YouTube creators, goodness. Like I said, I watch a fair amount of stuff. It's hard to consider what is the best or my top. I think what I have to come down to are the things that either super inspired me or the things that I watch everything they put out. Screen Junkies is one of them. I love honest trailers, I love movie fights. One of the first YouTube channels I watched consistently, if not the first one I watched consistently, was Geek and Sundry. Geek and Sundry has changed a lot since it started. But the main things that I loved about Geek and Sundry is it introduced me really to what vlogging was when they brought in a lot of vloggers in 2013. And there's Tabletop with Will Wheaton. And I love playing games. And most of the games that I play now, I learned about because of that show. And it's just fun. And that kind of first showed me how you can have a show that doesn't feel like TV, but it can still be a lot of fun just to watch because people are interested in it. A channel that I like just because it's fun, it's intellectual and engaging is Wisecrack. Wisecrack does Earthling Cinema and Thug Notes, as well as just breaking down different philosophies from a lot of different media. And I love it. I think it's great. I watch everything they put out when it comes out. I'm never disappointed. I'm always fascinated. And I learn something every time. Another favorite that I don't think I would have liked all that much when I first started watching YouTube is Wheezy Waiter. But over the last year, I have absolutely loved the stuff that he creates. But he's also one of those creators that I found that you really do trust that he is that guy. Like every moment that he's on camera, you're like, that's Craig. That's exactly what he's like, I bet. And that's kind of fun. And he's been changing up his style a lot lately too. So it feels very much like we're learning more about him personally. And if you told me a few years ago that I'd just be watching somebody's life on the computer, I'd be like, you're crazy, but it's actually really fun and really cool, and I enjoy that as well. Also, Wheezy Waiter ends every video with a wink, and lately I've been doing that also. I don't add the little piano note, but you know, whatever, it's something, and it's kind of like him, but it works, and I like that it works, so I'm stealing it. And since I'm a Wheezy Waiter fan, that would also kind of make me by default a Vlogbrothers fan, so being a nerd fighter, that's really awesome. I would say that the reason the Vlogbrothers are in my top 5 and probably close to my number 1 is they are the ones that when I started watching them showed me that this format, this style of talking and getting things on camera, making video, was tangibly possible. When I watch things like Good Mythical Morning and I realize the crew and the work that goes into it, I'm like, I can't really do that right now. But when I see a Vlogbrothers video, I think, yeah, that works for me. I can mimic their style to a certain degree, and I think that's kind of what has guided the way I make these videos, to the point that one video I made a while ago, somebody in the comments after just said, don't forget to be awesome. So apparently it's very recognizable who I'm trying to rip off. Aside from their accessible style, what I like about the Vlogbrothers is they give you good intellectual content, which I enjoy greatly, and it's not just fluff. It's not just silly videos of guys getting hit in the nuts or falling down or cats jumping into glass doors, even though that is also pretty fantastic. They give me something to think about, and every Tuesday and Friday I wait for that video to show up. I don't know. There's a lot of people who are really smart, a lot of people who are really funny. It's hard to think like who would be great to start a YouTube channel, you know? But I think to get variety of good thought, entertaining stuff, I think I'd like to see Joss Whedon just do a consistent channel, to do a consistent YouTube vlog. I think he's funny, I think he's brilliant, I think he's got a lot of good stuff to say, and I think that would be a channel that no matter when you would chime in or catch up on it, it would always be fun and always be, I don't know, a thing. That was a horrible ending. I'll probably leave it there anyway. So there you go, everybody. That's a little bit of YouTube history for me, also things that I'm into, also things about my channel. Go check out the people I mentioned, even though a lot of them are larger channels and they're not dying for support. They're always appreciative for whoever they can get, so go check them out. If you're interested in me continuing in things like Words from the Muck and my theological Yes, that's what I'm calling it, theologicale, for religious musings. Let me know in the comments, show me some support. I would love to do that stuff. It's just, no excuses, man. Stop making excuses. Sorry, that was for me. That wasn't for you. Sorry for yelling at you. That was kind of harsh. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.